Throughout my years in vlogging, my vlogs include multiple conventions I've visited, whether new or returning. In this video, I will go over my revised version of the top 10 conventions to visit in the Los Angeles region. Previously, I made my original top 10 video from last year explaining all the conventions I visited before 2024, if you want to check it out. However, this information is now outdated due to changes and improvements to all conventions. Keep that in mind. Conventions that I have not visited are excluded from the list. Smaller conventions where I previously explained from my last top 10 will also be excluded. Number 10. CollectCon. CollectCon is a 2-day trading card event that appears across most major cities, including Los Angeles. Formerly hosted at Long Beach, California, or Long Beach Convention Center, CollectCon now resides near the Los Angeles Convention Center. In CollectCon, this convention features numerous voice actors along with collectible vendors and stages. Attendees can get in line with celebrities for autographs or priority access for VIPs. Other vendors feature trading cards where they can buy or sell collectible items. The stage also features panels and guests inside the hallway. Over time, CollectCon can be a popular place for many attendees to trade in collectible items. Most of the pros for CollectCon has been explained since the beginning. For example, you can buy an optional VIP badge that grants early access, aka 1 hour early access, and priority autographs near the voice actors. Rarely oftentimes there can be video game vendors throughout CollectCon, including all the voice actors who voice video game characters, and other vendors selling video game consoles and the games itself. However, when entering CollectCon, expect for a huge noise environment near stages, especially with panels and other singers throughout this exhibit hall. Additionally, the VIP badge when purchasing for CollectCon can be expensive. This is for those that want to have priority access to notorious voice actors with pretty long lines. Also, it can be crowded near the autograph section, especially those with general attendees, which they have lower priority access to get autographs. Some of the commentators complain about overpriced foods inside this convention, which is another negative downside to CollectCon. This is usually for Los Angeles Convention Centers throughout this whole convention. Finally, when walking around the exhibit hall, it's only 1/4 of the exhibit hall used throughout this whole convention, and not anything else throughout this whole room. Number 9. ComicCon Revolution. ComicCon Revolution is a 2-day comic event that occurs at Ontario Convention Center at Ontario, California. Most vendors throughout the convention sell comic books, sometimes organized or disorganized for finding previous publications. Other vendors have special booths featuring unique props or special interactions inside the exhibit hall. The Artist Alley often occupies the north hallway, where they sell prints and other artwork items. ComicCon Revolution features multiple panel rooms for attendees to attend and learn throughout the event. Overall, ComicCon Revolution is a great place for many entry-level attendees to begin exploring all vendors throughout the convention. When attending ComicCon Revolutions, ComicCon Revolution offers early bird purchase with also pre-pickup before the event starts. When entering inside ComicCon Revolution, it features large convention space for all vendors, artists, and even multiple panel rooms, as stated before. Also, forgot to mention that they also feature voice actors and comic authors throughout both of these hallways, and they also include outdoor food trucks. Sometimes you have to go outside the convention itself. Sometimes ComicCon Revolution does offer VIP tickets at the expensive price. Sometimes they don't offer that during some other years. The issue of ComicCon Revolution is that the ticket prices may get expensive if you wait too long or just wait until the event starts. VIP tickets are not guaranteed one way to get inside if they are selling one or not, so chances are they don't always sell VIP tickets depending on the event circumstances. Also, unlike other previous years, the parking fee is now $20, unlike the $15 parking or the $10 from my previous vlogs. One of my biggest concerns when attending Ontario ComicCon Revolution are the strict security standards from Ontario Convention Centre. For instance, I could not bring my tripod during the second day of ComicCon Revolution because it is classified as a weapon. Some cosplayers also couldn't bring certain props into this convention due to very strict security standards. Even some vendors could not bring items inside the convention center. If you want to know what happened, why I could not bring my tripod, you can check it out in my post-vlogging episode of ComicCon Revolution, where I have the post-episode 56 showing. Also, like other conventions that have voice actors, it can be pretty long for them to get autographs. Sometimes they don't always offer a lot of activities or any other special rooms, which the last year they previously had. Overall, those are the downsides when attending ComicCon Revolution at Ontario Convention Centre. Number 8. Anime Impulse at Los Angeles. Anime Impulse is an anime convention at Pomona Fairplex at Pomona, California, featuring several anime vendors and artists. This event takes place only at downtown Fairplex, where each event uses units for vendors and artists to set up their stations and open panel schedules. Anime Impulse features 3 other events, such as K-Play Fest, Collectors Expo, and Asian American Expo. K-Play Fest features most K-pop style merchandise, along with stages and some few artists. Collectors Expo features some trading card booths and autographs inside the convention. Asian American Expo celebrates Lunar New Year's tradition across all Asians that feature booths with commercial and food-oriented items and traditional dances. Overall, these 4-in-1 events should give attendees broader access to all activities and interacting with booths across Fairplex. As mentioned, getting into Anime Impulse gives access to all the 4 events. It's also pretty much an entry-level experience before LA County Fair. Throughout walking across the hallways, it features large vendors and even large artists inside. Food vendors will also count towards the 4-in-1 event during Anime Impulse. Across all the units throughout the whole convention, you will find arcade rooms, entertainment stages, panel rooms, and even the maid cafe, which returns. However, some downsides when attending Anime Impulse and while attending downtown Fairplex. Early parking is not guaranteed when entering the parking lot, and when going outside, it's pretty much either cold or hot at the same time. But most in general, at Anime Impulse, it is usually cold. Sometimes organizers should take consideration when rain occurs throughout the whole event, when the last known was in 2023 Anime Impulse. Sometimes when walking throughout the whole convention throughout the 4-in-1 event, it can be hard to find anything to rest or sit down throughout this whole convention. On one occasion, some of the panels may require certain ticketed events that require purchasing them and getting access inside the main stage throughout the whole event for Anime Impulse, and sometimes K-Play Fest. Number 7. Anime Expo Chibi. Anime Expo Chibi is a smaller version of Anime Expo that occurs every November annually. Despite its small size, it features multiple hallways, rooms, and outdoor places throughout the convention. For instance, while Anime Expo Chibi covers a large space inside the exhibit hall, it also features multiple panel rooms, cosplay stages, multiple lounge and arcade rooms, the large artist alley, and even the outdoor plaza with outdoor stages and food stations. Normally, most conventions take full capacity of the entire convention center, but has expanded beyond the building itself, allowing for more room and entertainment for attendees and guests. Overall, Anime Expo Chibi can be a good starter for Anime Expo fans. Unlike the original Anime Expo, the prices for Anime Expo Chibi is generally not expensive, which is somewhere around $50 for the event. Sometimes people consider Anime Expo Chibi as the extension of Anime Expo from the previous events, and it's generally not usually crowded for a lot of people, except in some circumstances. Picking up the tickets near Anime Expo Chibi is pretty much straightforward, as there's not that many people during the pre-pickup line before the event starts. Like Anime Expo, the event itself is pretty much oversized. That takes up the whole convention beyond the building itself, and the duration for Saturday can be unusually long throughout the whole event. However, some flaws about Anime Expo Chibi, unlike Anime Expo, is that the ticket capacity is pretty much limited when purchasing one, so if it's out of stock, cannot purchase them. Sometimes the event itself can be slightly expensive despite it being 1 to 2 days, and unlike Anime Expo, it is just basically 1 to 2 days less than Anime Expo. Normally, Anime Expo is usually a 4-day event, but Anime Expo Chibi is only 2 days. When arriving at Anime Expo Chibi, the parking fee has generally jumped up significantly higher than it used to be, unlike other previous events. It is now $25 for a parking fee, unlike the $20 and the $50 from my previous Anime Expo Chibi vlogs. And unlike any other previous Anime Expo Chibi vlogs from several years ago, they no longer offer a Day Zero outdoor event since they do not have plans for any of the Day Zero schedules. And lastly, with all these expensive merches, all of them are pretty much local vendors and not that many much international vendors at Anime Expo Chibi. Number 6, LA County Fair. LA County Fair is a county fair where many vendors set up stations throughout large portions of Fairplex in Pomona, California. This event takes place annually every May between Thursday to Friday weekly, where they feature multiple business vendors, carnival rides, the hill, and the barn. Although the walking distance around the entire event can take a while, it serves as an educational opportunity to learn about the history and entertainment throughout LA County Fair. Some booth vendors from common business grounds may provide special offers to promote products and services. The carnival rides can serve attendees to build hype for excitement. The hill features several historical sites and activities throughout the woods. The barn and the garden can help promote agricultural and animal science. With all those features, LA County Fair can help attendees seek opportunities and other exciting events throughout the convention. For some benefits when attending LA County Fair, they offer pre-purchase to enter for a single day, or they offer some special full-day passes throughout the whole convention, although expensive. Attendees can also pre-purchase the daily parking permit for a discounted parking pass. The duration inside LA County Fair can be unusually long, which takes up 12 hours per day. As mentioned before, LA County Fair takes up the whole month of May between Thursday through Sunday, and when purchasing the tickets for Thursday, it offers a lot of discounts. With a unique month for LA County Fair for May, it serves as a good holiday vacation for everyone. Thus, combining with all the educational and historical opportunities at LA County Fair, it features a large quantity of sizes of vendors, parks, food courts, carnivals, and even the petting zoo. Now, here are some of the downsides of LA County Fair. Unlike other conventions to visit, ticket prices do not generally rise at any certain days before the event starts. However, during the whole event, ticket prices may eventually get expensive over time near the end of the event from Friday to Sunday. The event also does not start until around 11 a.m. and it ends at 11 p.m. So that means, unlike other conventions where they normally start at 10 a.m., this event doesn't actually start until around 11. Just like Anime Impulse and other 4-in-1 events, they don't offer early parkings, and it's pretty much vulnerable to any other weather vulnerabilities, such as heat. Because of its huge size, while it does offer a lot of opportunities with all the vendors around this whole fairplex, it takes quite some time to walk through each vendor at a time, meaning that it's more difficult to travel through all of the vendors at LA County Fair. Even with only the single day pass for LA County Fair, there are some schedules that occurs at specific dates that are not part of the single day pass, so it can be hard to determine which panels or other potential schedules to visit. Lastly, it does occur with other events that conflict with some conventions, such as ComicCon Revolution and a new day for Pasadena ComicCon. Number 5, SoCal Gaming Expo. SoCal Gaming Expo is a gaming convention that originally featured only multiple gaming vendors from local cities. Gamers typically search and trade for rare games and other collectible items. As of this year, the convention has been moved to Pasadena Convention Center and has been greatly expanded to feature gaming lounges and live tournaments. Gaming vendors now sell large quantities of vintage collectible video games and consoles in the exhibit hall. It also features voice actors for autographs and panel rooms. The gaming tournament was first introduced in 2024 of SoCal Gaming Expo, including the iconic classic Tetris World Championship. Overall, SoCal Gaming Expo has made significant improvements to the convention since the beginning. Unlike my previous top 10 for SoCal Gaming Expo, the list has been expanded greatly for pros and cons. Some pros of SoCal Gaming Expo is that they now offer VIP early access for anyone that wants to access the SoCal Gaming Expo building early. Second benefit, it is now a 3-day event as of 2025, unlike the previous 2-day event from 2024 and other older years. From my experience during my vlog of SoCal Gaming Expo, they did manage to align much better by handing out tickets to everyone and wristbands for those that attend SoCal Gaming Expo. Like previous events, it is just generally large, rare, vintage, collectible video games and consoles, along with the voice actors in the autograph hallway, panel rooms, gaming stations, and even the arcade hallway. As mentioned before, it now features a mini stage and a skateboard show inside the exhibit hall, along with the art and apparel rooms from the other rooms, the classic Tetris World Championship in the other exhibit hall, and other potential tournaments to participate for all attendees. However, some of the cons about SoCal Gaming Expo is that purchasing a VIP tickets doesn't generally give a lot of benefits other than just attending the event 1 hour early. And the event itself does start on Friday, which for those that work may have a hard time trying to get inside to the convention itself. Even though the time has been compensated for many people who attend SoCal Gaming Expo on the first day actually does not start until afternoon, somewhere around 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. for general attendees. Because of its long duration, it can be boring to stay throughout the whole event, other than just simply watching the classic Tetris World Championship. Also, another issue with my experience at SoCal Gaming Expo is that they don't offer pamphlets. Instead, they can only offer online pamphlets or the PDF version. So a mobile phone is needed to review any panel schedules. And throughout all the conventions and the nearest panel schedules, I don't see any of the in-person published events, other than just simply looking up the mobile phone for any of the panel schedules. Lastly, it does occur with other conventions at the same time frame, such as IGN Live, NostalgiaCon, Summer Game Fest, and other possible city events. So attending all the events may make it impossible for any attendee to attend everything in just a single day. Number 4, Anime Fire, or as Anime Pasadena and Anime Riverside. Anime Fire is simply either called Anime Pasadena or Anime Riverside. Anime's Las Vegas is also included, but I did not attend there, and we will only focus on those two events that correlate to each other. Anime Fire is a 2-day anime event that features numerous panels, vendors hall, artist alleys, and other activities. Typically, they have 2 panels inside conventions or theaters for activities or talking to voice actors. Stage events also count towards performance and cosplay contests. Vendors hall and artist alleys sell anime merchandise like other anime conventions. Activities also feature arcade rooms, wrestling arena, karaoke rooms, maid cafes, and even the exclusive The Four Empires battle event. Anime Fire features a lot of expansive activities for many attendees who wish to get the best experience out of any convention. Aside from all the multiple activities, which I somehow forgot to include the photo rooms, which they now feature, Anime Fire has a lot of pros. Anime Fire now offers the early signature passes for anyone that wants to get autographs from celebrities. In order to acquire the tickets, you can purchase the early bird and also pre-pick up before the event starts with a special item. With its huge size, all the vendors and arts area is typically larger than any conventions. Secondary shopping centers are also included into Anime Fire, where Anime Pasadena and Riverside occur. This convention for both Anime Pasadena and Riverside is basically a very friendly environment with other attendees and also friendly interactions too. They also have anime food trucks for lunch and the exclusive after-hour party that only occurs on Saturday for $25. Only exclusive in Riverside, parking around weekends is generally free. Some problems at Anime Fire for both Anime Pasadena and Riverside. When trying to purchase the early bird, it's generally pretty limited before the price rises. Over time, the event can typically be overcrowded during Saturdays, which fills up the whole exhibit hall and or artist alley. Even with the early signature passes, lines for popular voice actors can typically be long, which can take up to several hours before getting an autograph signed. Unfortunately, they no longer offer any e-gaming stations throughout Anime Fire. In Pasadena, the other convention center has a pretty weak mobile hotspot, which can be more difficult for anyone to use their mobile phones or communicate with anyone. The two downsides for Riverside, which is only the exclusive ones, are weather vulnerabilities depending on the temperature, and sometimes you may encounter parking fees when trying to park for free parking at Riverside. In other words, if you see paid parking signs, you'll have to pay for parking before entering there. Otherwise, just find a pretty further spot for free parking. Number 3, Los Angeles ComicCon. Los Angeles ComicCon is a large Comic-Con convention at Los Angeles Convention Center, similar to other Comic-Con conventions. It uses 2 large exhibit halls for multiple vendors to accommodate attendees and other guests throughout the convention. Sometimes, attendees may also encounter some few international vendors and the artist alley section on the other side of the hallway. Food trucks are also featured as part of the event. Panel rooms can be found in the middle of the convention center, usually on higher floors. Overall, this long convention can help attendees get good experience inside Los Angeles Comic-Con. Some benefits inside Los Angeles Comic-Con is that it's pretty much a 3-day event. They also offer some promotional discounts, usually through social media apps like Instagram. Attendees can also purchase an optional VIP badges and some other possible benefits to get inside Los Angeles Comic-Con. Los Angeles Comic-Con is one of few conventions that uses its own app for attendees to mark their agendas. Badges can be picked up as early as 8 a.m. and then waiting until somewhere around noon. While it does feature multiple entrances to get inside Los Angeles Comic-Con, anyone can queue inside the lobby early just for protection and reducing fire hazard. As I mentioned, double vendors for vendors and artists, entertainment, and other food truck exhibit halls are featured for Los Angeles Comic-Con due to its convention size, along with multiple panel rooms, autographs, and some gaming stations. The major downside when attending Los Angeles Comic-Con is that everything is just nobly expensive, including the full-day ticket prices, and the event only starts on Friday, which for those that work on Friday may have a hard time trying to get inside early. Unlike other conventions, the first day doesn't actually open until before noon, somewhere around 11 a.m. for Los Angeles Comic-Con, and it's pretty much difficult to navigate within any exhibit halls, along with pretty much long walking distance between 2 of them. Lastly, it does occasionally become crowded during Saturdays, and with certain guests can also be extremely crowded near autograph tables, depending on the size event. Number 2, Anime Los Angeles. This event is mainly my primary venue that I attend every year due to its convenience. Anime Los Angeles occurs during the beginning of the year at Long Beach Convention Center. This event features numerous vendors and artists inside the showroom. While it does not feature a lot of popular voice actors at Anime Los Angeles, it also features special rooms that include gaming lounge, manga lounge, cosplay repair station, maid cafe, quiet rooms, video rooms, prize rooms, and tabletop gaming. Not only that, it also features special schedules during evenings featuring anime music video contests, masquerade shows, cosplay meetups, and other scheduled shows. Ribbon hunting is exclusive to Anime Los Angeles, where attendees collect ribbons from rewards, vendors, or other attendees from different places, allowing more room for activities and entertainment. With all the explanations said, Anime Los Angeles can be a great place to begin the entry-level experience at Long Beach Convention Center before Anime Expo. This list has been revised for Anime Los Angeles since my previous top 10 video. Like all the rest, early bird ticket prices generally go on sale for April and May, and they also offer pre-pickups every Sunday before the event starts. And it's also a 4-day event that lasts pretty long. The size of Anime Los Angeles at Long Beach Convention Center is pretty huge, which takes up almost all the spaces that they have, especially going through all the outdoor spaces that they needed for Anime Los Angeles for food trucks. The unique activities and special panels have already been explained from my beginning of explaining Anime Los Angeles. The only downside when attending Anime Los Angeles is that you must purchase tickets at the earliest convenience before the price rises, usually somewhere around the cheaper prices before it gets significantly expensive. Like most ticketed events across all conventions, it cannot be refunded. Due to its large size, it can be more difficult to find vendors and artists unless using the map or the book itself. Like I mentioned before, it features almost no well-known voice actors that attend Anime Los Angeles, making it more difficult to find certain ones. Because of its size, again, it also features slightly longer walking and gotta stay overnight throughout the whole event, which can make it even boring without attending certain panels or any other special activities. Unfortunately, there are no honorable mentions since I only attended some major events, up to 10 at a time, but the number one spot goes to Anime Expo. This event has been a dream of going there since the beginning of my vlog. Anime Expo is a massive anime convention that functions similar to Anime Los Angeles. Anime Expo occurs every July during holidays, which can be a great experience for many attendees who wish to go there. Not only does it feature local vendors and artists around the world, it also features international vendors that can be easily accessed by many attendees. Every sponsors around the world go there every year to promote special products and discounts for many attendees. It also features a lot of special panels and other activities, unlike other local anime conventions. Due to its popularity, Anime Expo typically gets crowded and fills up the maximum space as possible for the best experience. Overall, Anime Expo is crowned to be the top convention to visit throughout the Los Angeles region. Even though Anime Expo has a lot of benefits, it also has a lot of cons. The pros of going to Anime Expo is that you can purchase them for pre-pickup or by mail that also includes a unique NFC badge. Because of its large convention size, it is also a 4-day event that also is pretty long. You will also find international vendors, exclusive products, and food markets throughout Anime Expo, which also has prop-heavy items. It uses 2 exhibit halls for vendors, entertainment, and all the artists, along with other merch shops to purchase from Anime Expo. Maid cafes, special lounges, panels, masquerade, and workshop are all part of Anime Expo, similar to Anime Los Angeles. All the activities listed are also similar to Anime Los Angeles. That also includes video games, tabletop gaming, manga lounge, arcades, and even a quiet room. Anime Expo is also one of the few conventions that hosts its own app-exclusive agenda, along with all the multiple entrances to enter as of 2024. However, some downsides when attending Anime Expo. Because of its popularity, it's pretty much at high demand and is extremely expensive, which costs around $175, even at its base price, along with pretty much limited sales at limited quantities, and it does not feature on-site purchases. Once purchasing the tickets, there are no refunds. Another downside when attending Anime Expo is that you're forced to arrive early morning night to line up somewhere around 6 p.m., and you'll have to face with excessively long traffic at Los Angeles, and it can be difficult to find any parking space unless you use certain type of parking apps that can compensate the issue. For first-time users, it can be more difficult to navigate because of its large size without using the map, with excessively long walks and potentially overpriced items inside Los Angeles Convention Center. Some panels and workshops also require lines depending on the events that they're attending, which means that attendees must line up super early at some given point of time before they can arrive to get a seating, and it's pretty much a long overstay night. Lastly, unlike Anime Los Angeles, some purchase ticketed events for some panels are required, especially when attending the AMV contest and the Masquerade contest. Overall, my top 10 conventions to visit has been revised significantly to reflect all the current changes that happened while vlogging throughout my vlogging career. Some other point in days, I will make a top 10 mini conventions to visit if possible. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of my top 10. If you guys enjoyed, please consider following me on other social media platforms and subscribe to my channel for more content. This is VlogWithAvroTF, signing out.